Hi there, Laura here. Today I am doing a collab with the lovely Kailee Wesley again, and she's been having a bit of a break from YouTube. She's just getting back into it now because she had lots of exams coming up, so I hope all your exams went well, Kailee. And she suggested that she would like to do a bottom 5, top 5 eyeshadow palettes, so I thought I'd do that. And when she suggested, I thought, this is going to be hard. I have a lot of trouble deciding that. I knew I'd get a few of the bottom ones, but I thought the top ones would be really hard, and they were quite hard. I'm going to put in a clip of me trying to figure out what's the top 5 and what's the bottom 5, and then I'm going to come back and go through them. So here are all my eyeshadow palettes, and somehow I've got to figure out which are my top 5 and which are my bottom 5. I have a feeling the bottom 5 is going to be easy and the top 5 is not going to be easy. So what I think I'll do is I'll pull out a few and then I will show you. So I know for certain that these nude palettes are going to be in my bottom. And this one here is going to be in my bottom. Now these ones here I'm not counting from about here on because these are new palettes that I haven't tried yet. So we're going to ignore those ones. This one here, my Zodiac, that I have been just using recently and loving, so I think I might put that one in my pile. These two here are my Panasonic palettes, so I don't think I'll include those. I'm going to include this one and I'm going to include this one and I'm going to include, I think I'm going to include this one. Hang on, I can't get it out of the shelf with one hand. What shall I include next? I'm going to include this one and I don't know which one. This is hard. I want to say everything I've used in this one has been really good, but I haven't used all the colours. I really enjoyed using this one as well. So many palettes that I enjoy that I'm having trouble finding another one, and this is another one that I really enjoy because of the colour scheme. I feel like there's a few here that I haven't used enough to really decide. Okay, I think I've made a decision, so I'm going to go over to my camera where you'll be able to see what I'm doing better and show you what I've decided on. So I will leave Kailee's channel down below and I will put her in the cards. One day I'll get that right, and I'll put her in the cards up here so you can go and check Kailee's channel out. She does lots of great stuff on there, and if you have been following me for a while, you'll probably already know all about her because you would have heard me going on about it before. But she's a gorgeous lady and does some wonderful stuff on her channel, so go check her out. So I thought I would start with the bottom 5. You've already seen things that I've been picking, but I didn't tell you which ones were bottom, which ones were top. Some of them I did, and some of them I didn't. So just before I got into really colourful makeup, and before I had started my YouTube videos for makeup, I had brought a few neutral palettes, and what I'm finding now is that I'm getting more and more into colourful makeup, and I just don't ever use the colourful, the neutral eyeshadow palettes, because most of my colourful eyeshadow palettes have got enough neutrals in them already that I don't need to go looking for a neutral palette all the time. So I have got 3 here that were very easy to pick that I've hardly touched. So I've got the BYS Nudes 3 Metallic and Matte, and I'm pretty sure these ones are supposed to be a dupe for some of the naked palettes, but I couldn't tell you which one was which, except maybe the 3rd one. But I'm sure if you have those, you'll recognise it. You can maybe comment down below which naked palette they are. But I may have used a couple of colours, but basically I've swatched some, but I haven't actually really used it at all. So that's going to be in my bottom, just because I don't use nude palettes anymore. And same with just the nude BYS eyeshadow palette. I have used this one a little bit more than the other one, but not very much. And I just don't find myself having any desire to reach for those nude palettes. And I got this one because I wanted some, last winter I wanted some pale sort of pinky kind of shades to go with the brighter pinks I already have, but since then I've got other palettes that have these paler pinks mixed in with the other pinks, so I don't need to get a separate palette for that anymore. So this is the blush edition in the Rimmel ones, and I just never reach for these, and I don't see myself reaching for them because, as I said, I've got enough neutrals when I'm looking at my colourful ones. I don't need another one. And another one that I'm putting in my bottom 5 is the BYS Festival palette. Now, I know there's a few BYS palettes here. That's not to say that I don't like the BYS formula, because the formula of these neutral palettes are great. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just I've grown out of that colour story. And same with this one. There's nothing wrong with the formula. This one, on the other hand, I don't really like that much, because when you think you've got all these wonderful shades in here, and they just don't perform the way I would want them to. So especially those yellows in that, and you put them on and then you try and blend, and they just blend away to practically nothing. So you have to use them very carefully to get the colour payoff from them. And I have created some nice looks. I've got some videos with some nice looks up on my channel, but it's just not the best quality for BYS. BYS has done much better eyeshadow than what's in here, and when I find a good matte colourful eyeshadow palette, this one will definitely be replaced. And it may already be replaced, but I haven't used the palette that I'm thinking of enough to say whether it's going to be good or not, because I've only used it a couple of colours in it so far. And another one that may surprise some people is my BH Cosmetics Colour Festival palette. Now, I've just done a review on this and a first impression. First impression of this was great, and I looked at it and I thought, oh, this looks pretty, especially like that colour and this colour and this colour and this denim colour. I mean, they're just gorgeous. I don't know whether you'll see that one very well. and those mattes, pale mattes, come out just, they're really beautiful. But the shimmers just go all over my face. They don't last, and it drives me crazy. I think someone else would get a lot more joy out of this palette, and I know exactly who that is going to be. And I'm not going to tell you. So those are my bottom 5. One that doesn't work so well, 3 that are fine I've grown out of, and one that just disappointed me that although some of the colours are gorgeous and I love them, it disappointed me too much. I don't want to play with it anymore. And for palettes that I do love, I was thinking, as I said when I was showing my palettes, there are quite a few palettes in my collection at the moment that I have not played with enough to be able to say whether they're my favourite or not. So they got missed out. But when I think about the palettes that I've got that I've used a lot, what is my favourite colourful palette? And at the moment it is my Chique OMFG2 Shocking Brights eyeshadow palette. So it's this one here. So it's got a good selection of colours. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmers, and the rest are all mattes. And it's just got some beautiful colours. Let's watch a few so you can see. So those are some mattes. They're just really pretty. Oops. So they're just really nice. They perform really well on the eyes, and I really like them. And then you get things like this silver shimmer, which is a bit of a topper coat, but it's still really sparkly and beautiful. And if you wet that, you can get a decent opacity out of it. And lovely blue. Not doing very good with my swatches, that's because I'm going around the wrong way. More swatches. So I just really enjoy using that palette, and so when I think I want to do a colourful look and I want a colourful matte, the first palette I go to is this one to see if it's in there. So that's why I put that in my top ones. And another one that I put in my top ones is one I am just in the process of testing out, so spoiler alert, I really like the Zodiac palette by BH. So I have tried nearly every colour. I haven't used the grey matte. And I haven't used the Capricorn shimmer yet. But and I haven't used, have I? I can't remember if I've used the Gemini silver or not, but it's really pretty. It's very similar to the Chique silver. Now I've got a pink arm, so it's hard to tell. Pink and green arm, so that's the BH Cosmetic ones. And so it looks really pretty layered over some of the other colours. And this is the Chique one. So hang on, I'll put a fresh swatch on there. So that's the BH Cosmetics, and that's the Chique one. The Chique one is just a little bit lighter silver, more silvery. Does that make sense? I don't know whether you'll be able to see that because it's got green underneath it, but that's the Chique one and that's the BH Cosmetic one. So I think on the eye you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. They're very, very similar. This one has a slightly different undertone to the other one. So, and it's got a lot of very different colours from this one, so they would work well together. So things like Aries, which is this one here, would work well with this matte teal and the lighter teal. They would all make a nice look together. So I feel like these ones would work quite well together. You know, this one's got these two purples and it's different from all the other purples in the other palette, so yeah, I think they would work well together. You've got a good lot of different things, not the same things. And now I feel like I'm just waffling. And so my other one that I chose is my Chique Freedom palette. Now this is a big palette, yes, and it has a lot of colours in it, but it also has a lot of brown in it. But it works really well, and my very favourite matte red is in this palette, this one here. It is the only colour I have like that, like a fire engine matte red, and it works extremely well, and I love it. So I had to choose that one, and you know, even after wiping it, it's still there. But it's just got some really gorgeous colours, and I haven't even used a lot of them. Look at that pink, how pigmented that is. No, it's just really pretty. I should put the red back on since I'm still showing you. They're very vibrant, but then you get some really beautiful colours. Like I have used this one here, which is a bit crumbly at the moment because I haven't smoothed it down, which is just a little wash of sparkle. This was one of the colours that I used for my Jeffree Star Blue Blood dupe. So that's just like a little wash, and then it's got some shimmers, this nice coppery colour. So it's just got a lot of things in there that you could that I can use to create looks and to use it with my other palettes, and I just really enjoyed the Chique formula. So I have quite a few Chique brands, but at the moment these two, I mean I have quite a few of Chique palettes, but at the moment those two are my favourite ones. And another favourite of mine, something that's not my favourite, is the packaging, because mine broke. So it's the Revolution Sofx palette, and this was one that I got when Revolution first came to Farmers this year. So I haven't had this that long, pretty sure it was this year, or end of last year, one or the other, I can't quite remember. But I don't like this plastic covering because my lid has snapped off, and I hate it when things break. And I tested this palette quite extensively. I have used every single colour, and I had trouble putting this one down because I found it very inspiring. I could come up with lots of different ideas for using this, and I really enjoy it. And some of my favourite colours was this orange, surprise, surprise. And it's got one of those duochrome green brown things like you have in the Wet n Wild palette. Iced Coffee is one of my favourite kind of transition shades, which, oops, I already had purple on my fingers. That didn't work very well. So let's try that again. Iced Coffee is one of my favourite transition shades when I want something that's very skin tone but a bit darker. And this Pine Tree, love this Pine Tree colour. It's kind of a mossy green with a gold reflex. It's really pretty. Has quite a few browns in it, but I really enjoyed this palette. It's in pink. I think it just works really well. I just wish it was better packaging and that it like had names on it rather than a plastic sheet with names. But I love the formula, I love the colour story, and I find it's very useful to use with other palettes as well. And my last one on my list of ones I love is my Jules Rocks Rimmel palette, because I love this colour story. I love these kind of greens, and I love oranges, and it throws in a bit of blue and teal. So I think this is really pretty. So you got your nice mustard yellows. As you can see, I like yellow. I'm wearing yellow today. And you've got some darker green and some orange. It doesn't have that many mattes in here, so it's definitely a palette that you'd probably want to mix with others. So these are some of the mattes. There's the teal colour, and the gold, mossy green, and the brick red. So there's some of the colours out of that one, and I love that palette just because I love the colour story. They're all colours that I would wear. There isn't a single colour in this palette that I wouldn't wear. So that is my 5 tops. So my 5 top and my 5 bottom palettes. And I've seen some people doing 5 tops and 5 bottom eyeshadow palettes with ones in their collection. Kailee wanted to do one where you wanted 5 that you might want to declutter and 5 you want to keep, and I got way more than 5 I want to keep, and some of the ones that are in my bottom I will be keeping until I find something to replace them. But I could happily declutter all of my bottom 5, really. So that is the end of my video. Thank you, Kailee, for asking me to collab with you. I love watching your channel, and I wish you all the best, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.